What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. Terence Crawford training. This is a make or break fight against Israel Madrimov. A lot of people was writing Terence Crawford off going into this fight, including promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is saying Terence Crawford will get knocked out cold by Israel Madrimov. From what I've seen from fight tapes, Eddie Hearn don't know shit about boxing. He just be saying anything. Honestly, Eddie just be saying something he wish would happen. He's not a boxing aficionado. He doesn't really follow the sport like that. He just promotes the sport, and he just knows the fighter, and he just knows the events because he's a promoter, but he doesn't truly understand the sport. When he breaks down a fight, he just tells you what he wants to happen, not what he knows is going to happen, because he doesn't truly understand the sport of boxing. He's a promoter. Okay? So if you take what Eddie Hearn say seriously or literally, you need help, because that is not a boxing mind. That is a guy that's just been fortunate enough to be around the sport, but he doesn't know anything about boxing. He cannot sit down and watch a fight with you and truly tell you what a fighter is trying to do or what a fighter is doing. He can't even tell when a fighter is setting traps, when a fighter is planning on landing a certain punch, or when a fighter is doing something and the other fighter doesn't see what he's doing and can't stop him from doing that. Eddie Hearn won't be able to tell you something like that. That is not a guy you go to for boxing advice, let alone a guy you go to make prediction for you. So we take what he says with a grain of salt, because we know he don't know shit about boxing. Well, at least real boxing fans do. Maybe the casual fangirls of the world, they actually take Eddie Hearn's opinion into an account. But he predicts that Crawford will get knocked out by Israel Madrimov, which makes no sense. There's a huge gap in skill set, and Crawford, even though Crawford's moving up to 154, he looks like a bigger man, which is not a good sign for a guy like Israel Madrimov. Definitely not a good sign. But anyway, moving forward, Terence Crawford continues to post these amazing pictures where he shows boxing fans, and not just boxing fans, boxers, how to live that lifestyle of a boxer. Yo, the man literally could have been chilling with his family, could have been relaxed after the biggest fight of his career, and waited until it's time to fight again. Well, 2 months out until it's time to fight, and then get back into the gym. The man literally sacrificed being with his kids, being with his family, to hop into another training camp early at the age of 36. I think because at the age of 36, he believed he needs to start early, because on any given night, his age could very well show. So he believed he needs to start early. You know, when he was younger, he probably could get away with a little few things. Not saying he was, but when he was younger, he could probably start camp late and still be in great shape for camp. But he's 36, 37, you know. He has to start camp early so he could be ready sooner than later. And I'm loving it from Terence Crawford. He's setting an example for the younger generation. He's setting an example for boxing fans around the world and boxers who want to be on that top level for this many years. This is a guy who has dominated the pound-for-pound list for damn near 10 years. You have to take notes from a guy like this. If you're ever going to be pro and you want your name to be out there with the Floyd Mayweathers of the world, the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world, the Sugar Ray Robinsons of the world, you have to take their work ethic. Crawford posted on his Instagram the other day saying, "You can now outwork me." This is a guy who's already has everything in the sport of boxing, meaning like he knows how to do everything in that ring. There's not one thing in the sport of boxing where you get in the ring with a guy like Bud Crawford and say, Bud can't do this. Bud can't fight off the back foot. Bud can't show you different look. Bud can't shift weight. Bud can't show you angles. Bud can't cut off the ring. Bud does it all. Bud can't punch in between your punches. I mean, he does it all. Bud can't throw body shots. What can Bud do? The man does everything you learn. He's literally the true definition of a fighter. Look, he's giving Keyshawn Davis some game right here. He's literally the true definition of a fighter, right? Terence Crawford is definitely the true definition of a fighter who goes to the gym and says, I want to learn everything there is to boxing. I don't want to just be a come-forward fighter, a pressure fighter. I want to be a complete fighter. I don't want no holes in my game. I want to be defensively sound, offensively sound. And you know what's even greater about Terence Crawford? He has that poise like Floyd Mayweather, that patience where a guy could be throwing some heavy shit at him and he'll stay right in the pocket and be able to be calculated enough to get away from that. I remember Teddy Atlas doing an interview where he says Terence Crawford is like he's fighting in the Matrix, where he slows stuff down. And that's the best thing, the best quality to have in the sport of boxing. When you can slow the fight down, that fight is in your grasp. It's easy. It becomes an easier fight. Everybody was talking about the Sean Porter and Earl Spence fight. Like, man, Sean Porter aggression will be too much for Terence Crawford. And actually, it kind of was. And it was, I don't want to make excuses and say it is, but there's a possibility we can say that Crawford wasn't really going too hard on Sean Porter because that was his boy. When they said he was down, what did he do? He went in there and knocked out Sean Porter, dropped him multiple times in one round. We never seen Sean Porter get dropped twice in one round. We seen Sean Porter get dropped before, but never twice in one round. You understand what I'm saying? Never twice in one round. So when that happened, that goes to show you that Terence Crawford not only is a complete fighter, but he has different gears to his game. If he has to close the show, you have to bite down and close the show, he could do that. He's definitely, if not he's definitely the best finisher in all of boxing. You understand what I'm saying? They were saying Earl Spence throws 100 punches around. But Crawford, like Teddy Atlas said, I'm going to say it again, Crawford slows down his opponent. He slows down your output. You could throw 100 punches around against certain fighters, but you can't do that against a guy like Bud Crawford. He'll make you pay. In fact, you throwing 100 punches around, it'll make you vulnerable in a fight against a guy like Terence Crawford. It'll make you even more vulnerable when you fight a guy like Bud because you're literally giving him more opportunities to take advantage of your guard, take advantage of your holds. The more punches you throw, the better you make it for him. The easier you make the fight for Bud because he's like, okay, when he throws this jab, I see an opening right there. When he throws a 1-2, I see an opening. When he throws a 1-2-3, I see an opening. He doesn't bring his hand back to his face. He doesn't get out the way. Bud is always using his brain, and he's always thinking. He's a freaking computer, bro. They used to say Guillermo Rigondeaux was a computer, but Terence Bud Crawford is a freaking computer, bro. I remember watching an interview from Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur Stevenson was like, sparring Terence Crawford, bro, it hurt my brain. My brain was hurt from sparring Terence Crawford. But earlier on, Shakur Stevenson actually did an interview where he says, I never got my ass whooped until I fought Terence Crawford. And that was a younger Shakur, but an older Shakur, he says his brain hurts from sparring Terence Crawford. Look at Terence Crawford's body of work. Look at this. Look at this. This is a young Terence Crawford. Look at this body of work. Look at this. Look at this body of work against a multiple division world champion. I believe he's a 3-division world champion in Ricky Burns. Look at this body of work from Bud Crawford. Walking Ricky Burns down behind a smart, educated jab, too. A smart check hook. Got Ricky Burns off balance right here. Wobbly legs. Look at that jab. Look at that jab. Looks like an uppercut. But it's a nice little up jab. Now he's punishing Ricky Burns on the rope. Look at that. Throwing punches in between his guard. Breaking his guard. This is a guy who fights with a high guard, and Crawford is punching through Ricky Burns' guard. Anyways, your boy No Credit, and I'm out.